You know what I mean?
Man, let's keep it 1,000. Like me personally, I'm not listening nothing that I ain't known for 5 years. You know what I mean? And not based on, I'm just a man who, like my sisters will tell you, I got OCD. So based on like, I don't know, you brush your teeth for morning.
Tell it.
I don't know if your last man you was swallowing juice. I don't know what you're on. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying be a freak for your man or whatever, but if that's how you were moving, like unless I knew you at certain times, there's no way me and you doing them kind of things. This is why I don't understand. Even them, man, once you bring in certain girl in, I personally would need a rapport to be able to give myself to the girl, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'd need a rapport. I'd need to know that we like each other. I'd need to know that you're a clean person. I'd need to know a few bits before I can go in, you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
But certain man can just meet something today and he's barebacking it and probably yamming Puma and you know what I mean? And all kind of madness from early, same day thing.
Straight. Yeah.
I've never understood it.
And sibling them not taking a shower.
Trust me.
Yo, it's like, come on, man. Like, respect yourself, number one. Like, you know, you meet someone at the damn chip shop or nightclub. First thing you do, listen, let's go freshen up first.
And what if the hat breaks? Remember, I'm from the area, you know. I remember the days as a youth, the hat could bust. So if you're in something that you don't know where that's even, you don't even know where that lays its head, and that hat busts, how can you even feel comfortable after that? Because once that hat busts, listen, if that hat busts, you think you're Magic Johnson now. You're thinking, damn, you know what I mean? I remember as a youth, if that hat busts, you're thinking you've got AIDS, fam.
Yeah, man.
You're like, damn, you got a little itch somewhere. You're like, yo, you're scared and you might go there and then the brother says, you get the thing, it's all clear. You're like, I'm never doing that again. So I don't get how these men are even moving like that.
Hey, here's a tip.
That's crazy. And the women, it's like, let's say a man was moving promiscuous like that. It's going to be something that's official to me anyway. If I'm moving mad like that I'm going to, especially if I'm getting bread like that, I'm going to make sure that, listen, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Like you're being compensated for whatever, and you know you can't break that contract. And I don't even want too much interaction because a lot of thing about these girls, I'm gonna tell you the truth, they fall in love quite quick. They fall in love. Listen to me.
Hey, no. Let's put the detail in it, Mark. If we're gonna go there, we gotta keep
go.
the detail. The detail. If you're putting in, and I ain't gonna get too graphic, but if you're putting in that work, that's when it happens. If man does flopping around and does la la la, you know, he ain't gonna fall in with your punk ass. If you're doing that, and not just on the physical level, it's that mental level, man. Once you get into that woman's mind, that's it, man. Game over.
It's the three things I say right now. You got financial, physical, and mental. So financial, money. Physical means you're putting in that twerk. And mental, you can reason. You know how much girl can't even sit down and reason with a man?
I know.
So imagine you can just sit down and even conversate with a woman. So I'm not saying a man ain't gonna see something and I can't let that go or whatever, but there has to be that initial, I know you. You know what I mean? I'll be cool. So a lot of these, man, and I don't get it because historically, a woman can get up today can get out of bed, no matter how she looks, and say, I'm going to bring a man back to this house tonight.
Easy.
She's going to, if she wants to, she can bring a man back to that house 1,000,000%. No man, average man, can get up and guarantee he could bring a woman back home. However, when a man's got a certain level of fame,
yes,
he can guarantee that. So when a man becomes as attractive as a woman, as desirable as a woman, it becomes quite boring quite fast. So if you can literally sleep with any woman, you're going to get bored quite fast of that way of living. That's a fact. So I don't get a man like Mendy in your first 2-3 years, that should have been out your system. I don't get how you're still doing that as a big man. I'm not saying that you ain't got a couple, you know. I'm not saying one or two, you know. You're not married. So you one or two, you're still playing the field a bit. But 50 gal, 100 gal, they're saying he slept with 10,000 gal.
Nah,
10,000?
Safe, man.
Imagine 10,000 body. That is crazy. Imagine how much soul ties. I remember these soul ties. What you gotta chat to these gal, you know. Man, you need to chat to them. You need to know where they're coming from. You need to know what their views are, because once you do that dance with them, you know, you've got that soul tie. Take it from me. You got that soul tie. So you want to at least know it's decent people. You know what I mean?
Bloodline, know the lineage, you know what I mean? Know the circle. And not like I'm saying like you gotta know names and all that business, but you come on, man. There's ties, man. There's anchors and ties, and consciously you don't know nothing about nothing. You're just floating around like a sponge. Just picture yourself. If for some people they'll be like, what the hell's Mark and Noble talking about? Picture yourself like a sponge, and women are a liquid. That's what's taking place. Yeah, so all these little dipping and dibbling and dibbling and dipping, you're taking bits with you everywhere you go, and vice versa, women. Vice versa. And especially when man does, we don't need no Jimmy hat. Jimmy hat for what? 2 Jimmy hats. That was the tip. For the man never running around, 2 Jimmy hats. Put on 2 Jimmy hats as a minimum. Save yourself, save procreation, you know what I mean? But yeah, the interaction of physical contact, of that plug in that socket, you're leaving spiritual self, you're leaving intent, you're leaving in DNA inside that woman, and again vice versa. So that dance can be very damn dangerous.
It can ruin lives, but there's no better experience you're gonna have as a man or a woman than the person that you're physically in love with, the person that you don't have no limits with. If man are laying down with strangers like that, the world's doomed, man. And don't get it twisted. I don't mean it in that way. I mean, the only way I talk from me personally. Then, let's say I'm just free as a bird to do whatever. The experience is not. It's going to be the bare minimum experience. It's just going to be hat, couple strokes. That's it. Man don't know you, so there's not going to be no lips in, no hugging. No, we're not even going to probably be in a bed.
You're going hardcore with it there, man.
No, I'm old school, no, but I'm a different kind of brother. I'm a very different kind of brother. How are you gonna lie in my bed? I don't know you. Like, how can you lie in my bed and cuddle? I have to be in love with women to do them things, to hug up and sleep on my chest and nah, man. So I'm saying 10,000 gal, and remember, if you're with a random gal, you know, and you got the hat on. And remember, these men are dealing with top woman, you know, that looks wise. She can tell you anything and make you take the hat off.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, now you've bred certain, now you got problems and.
Hey, Mark, listen. Some women are very talented in with their sexual organs. I don't know if you've experienced this, but there's women who can pull that stuff off, man.
Well,
you don't even need to use hands and stuff, and then also you get the tricky ones with nails, and changing positions and all that, and they'll try and bust the thing. Let's talk to something, man. You know, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be Look, isn't that act one of the most sacred acts that you can do? Two people can do. So if that's the most intimate physical act that you can do, surely there should be some guidance. Surely there should be some limits. Surely there should be some due diligence done. Like, I'm going to give myself to you. And I'm going to give myself to you. Okay, there's a fair exchange that's taking place, but what else happens? Is it just a nut? You just want to get your nut, I want to get my nut, and we'll just get the hell out of here? Huh? Is that what it's come down to? Surely Angela or Pamela will just do for the brethren them. I don't know what the name for the girl them something is, but you know what I mean?
How different is each? I don't get it though. Like, when your man's talking about 10,000, unless you're a literal sex worker, yeah, when you're talking 10,000, you must have seen it all, done it all. Like whether you're a man who's into big asses, big breast, tight front, whatever it is you're into. There's no, you must have seen it all. Why are you still searching? It's like a man who can drive any car. If today your life becomes a reality that you can drive any car, cars now become boring. I said it on the show before. If you look at all these billionaires and these big rich men, they're done with, they're trying to go to space and trying to go in submarines to the bottom of the sea and all this because everything's too easy. There's no car that, if you look, there's no clothes, no car, there's no material possession that these men are even, have desires for anymore. They're bored. If you notice, a lot of them just go and do, what's it called, philanthropy, or they go and do all this mad because they.
Hey, but okay, let me just before you carry on, let me just add to that. The reason a lot of these rich people do philanthropy is a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off, sibling.
Okay.
So it looks good, but when you give charity, when you do your tax return and it says, what charities have you given to? And you say, yeah, I gave 30 million to this charity. Oh, okay then. So because you're putting through 160 billion, we're going to take off that 30 million, so you only need to pay us 3 million in tax.
Okay, I feel that. And then if you check it as well, even the elders, because a lot of our community don't really respect the elders like that. I still do though. Mm-hmm. But even when I was in Gambia, because I got an uncle and auntie that lived there. They're Jamaican, but they live there. And anytime you kind of conversate with them, they'll be like, don't eat from no woman. Don't do this. Don't do that. You speak to a next big person on the phone, UK, but don't eat from no woman. Don't do this. Because they still know them old school things.
Yes.
That are lost now. So when I look at a Benjamin Mendy, although I'm saying that my man he's been cleared and that 10,000 gal is crazy. How does a woman even submit to you, or how does a woman even become your wife knowing that you've knocked down 10,000? Like, how do you lie in a bed knowing 10,000 gal you've touched? That's some madman business.
That's nasty, that is.
Nasty. Nasty.
That's not.
And especially my man's intimate with them as well. I seen the video. You're naked in shower, your things fully in it, bare.
Oh, man.
Lips in, all that is mad. These men are nasty, man. These men are nasty. Like, if I'm moving like that, it's something. It's the way I have to even build with you first. I have to know what you're on first before I can really open up. And I just thought that's how all men think. Before you can open up, because the experience is not going to be good. It's not going to be a good experience if you're just trying to burst juice like that. Like man said, you may as well just get some Vaseline and do your thing. If you're just trying to burst juice. But for an experience, it has to be a woman that you like. You can't not like the woman. You can't not know the woman. That's crazy.
There's different. Think about it though. Think about it. So with a not even a long-term relationship, but with someone who you're courting and blah 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 blah, you've got a certain intent, and you will have more of a loving sexual experience. With someone where it's like, okay, it's Sally Ann, whoever, Josephine, I used to check her back in there, and you've got a relationship with her where in essence what they would call it like a F body, where you two are cool, the dilly, she's not necessarily seeing nobody else, but that when you got itch, she can help you deal with that there. And that again is a different relationship because you're more of friends, and some people know exactly what I'm talking about with this, but you can switch it up where necessarily you might, you're looking good listen, let's go upstairs still, sis.
But she's always going to fall, Noble, she's always going to fall in love. And let me keep it real, 9 times out of 10, you will too. Because once you both play in that game, if you're checking gal in their yard and you're getting close to them and you're discussing things out, everyday life situations, and
Yeah.
you're keeping up a mazza together, and she's cooking, she's showing care. Once girls start texting you and saying, "Have you eaten?" and stuff like that, and she's feeding you, you're gonna she's gonna fall in love. And once you break that contract, it's a madness.
So, yeah.
Once you break that contract, the madness you've got on your back now, listen, this is what I'm saying, it's better not to even enter. Because once you jump into that and you play with some of these young ladies, play with them like that, and they leave knowing that you played that game, it's a madness for you. Trust me. Especially, some girls are going to say, I'll move on. He hurt me, I'll move on. But some girls are going to say, you know what? My man played with me. She's going to be thinking about all them times you were stroking her hair, and you know what I mean? She's going to say, oh, not all that he was lying. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a man who you're helping out financially, you might go and bring a drill and put a shelf up. She ain't looking at no friend. She's saying, once he's done, this is my husband. And you're not submitting. Once you're not submitting, the madness you're gonna have to deal with after that. Once you don't submit and you don't say, yo, this is my girl, you don't do that, trust me, she ain't playing no games. I keep telling my young brothers out here, man, keep playing with these ladies, man, and you'll see what I want.
You've laid it out, and 99% of the time, that's exactly what takes place. You actually say you bring the drill. Yeah, I can put that drill up next time. I can put that shelf up next time I come. I'll bring my tools and I'll do the door as well and blah blah. She's like, you can do that for me. I'm like, yeah, you cool in it. You know what I mean? I help people if I know you, I'm gonna help you in it. Like it's nothing. It's only gonna take me 10 minutes to do. And as you say, she's like, oh, okay. And he doesn't necessarily just come down just to knock me down and stuff. We come down and we chill. And, you know, I always have his favorite flipping croissants there with the little sprinkles. You know what I mean?
Yo.
Yeah, of course. But the 1%, or the 0.5% of the population who has that situation and constantly reaffirms the fact that me and you've got a real good relationship, but we're not committed. I just need to let you know every month or so, just because I know how you women are sometimes. And she'd be like, oh, nah, man. Magnificent, you're not, boss.
Nah. Nope. But that contract's getting broken. Remember, and even she's telling you that, even if she's telling you, I don't mind that you're doing your thing, in her head, she's waiting for you to come home.
Yes, of course.
Listen, if you're leaving brief and all them things at her yard, and you've got a toothbrush there, that's your woman. And she's not.
As well.
You might
slippers.
If man got slippers there, forget it. That's your woman. How are you getting out of that? I keep telling these men, stop playing. And listen, don't take it from friendship. If you haven't slept together and it's your brethren, don't move it away from that point to where you're in bed with her. Because as long as you don't do that, it can only be classed as friendship.
Yeah.
But once you do that move, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Because remember, when y'all are accepting a man in, they're opening their door. It's emotional. They're giving you something. They're letting you come in. Whereas you're giving out, and these men are giving out energy. It's different.
Yes.
When a woman's putting a pot on for you, she's letting meat marinade and all them kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
She's buying you your favorite ice lolly or your favorite ice cream. You know what I mean? She's moving things around. Listen, man, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of unlearning that needs to happen, because I think a lot of the bigger men, they were terrible as well, but a lot of them knew that these contracts were never upheld.
No.
And marriages, you can rash up your whole life.
But this is where we can make that potential curve and change. Potentially, whoever's, the siblings them that are listening to this and the young man them, maybe what you've kind of gone past. You're just thinking, she's cool, blah, blah, blah. I'm not necessarily thinking of a relationship. We're just doing our thing. That's where the problem is. You've identified a woman who is clearly attractive. She's got something in between her head. She can cook, blah, blah, blah. And you're willing to spend your time to go down there, not just to hit, but to help her out, to build, to conversate, to reason. So that's it. You've won the prize there. You've found the prize. The prize should now be, let's commit. I need to commit to this. Not try and put barriers in place to say, nah, but this is just, I'm just seeing you still, we're just friends kind of thing with benefits, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Nah. Let's put on the boxer shorts. We're not wearing brief no more because we're big people now, innit? The gal them are gonna put their G-strings on, not the little girl briefs. Yeah, she put her G-strings on. You know what I mean? So let's do the thing. Let's not try and mess around and blah, blah. Let's actually commit. I found someone who's compatible. We're cool. Let's try and do this thing, man. Let's try and build. What can we build? Can we leave a legacy? Can we leave a dynasty behind?
It's hard, Noble, man. It's so hard, innit? It's so hard. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, the best thing is to just stay away from temptation. But there's some good sisters out here, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of them ain't got no man. And if you are trying to, at this point, even a friendship's dangerous, boss. You see what I'm saying? Because it always elevates, Noble, man. It always elevates, and I'm saying there's certain man out there. I got enough of my bedrooms bigger, man, and that I've seen them go through it still, where they've made that wrong decision, stepped out of the house, and even some of my man them have fell in love. I've heard a man actually say to me like, "Yo, I want to leave my my woman and all that."
I've heard it.
Man have told me. They'd leave and they're just trying to figure out how they'd keep the youths going and, you know what I mean, how they'll do it, but they're fully fell in love elsewhere. Because remember, I call it the weekend dad syndrome, where a parent who only has the children on the weekend, he's going to go out his way, it's going to be fun, the youth can go to bed late, you know what I mean? So that youth associates that parent with fun. Whereas the parent on the school nights is the strict one that you have to be in bed early, no gadgets after a certain time, homework. Right? So you're like, she's boring. Dad's on the weekends a movie. That's the same syndrome when it comes to women. Yes. If you start playing away from home, that other one is fun. That other one's going to keep up the mazza. That one's going to be, you've got a menu over there. Yo, make me this. This is what I want for dinner. You go there, you pull up there. That's what's getting made for dinner. But now you start to think, this one here, you have an argument with the other one. That other one over there is official. I'd rather go back over there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's crazy, man.
It's the newer model syndrome, innit? You say the weekend dad. I'll bring it to like the rides. As you know, I name all the rides in it. So we got the black boy, the black youth, and the black man, yeah? So all three different vehicles in it. So I can drive the black boy, and the black boy has got some, like it handles, the way the black boy handles is second to none. It just doesn't have top-end power. That's the only thing the black boy is missing. And I don't have Bluetooth in there and all that bullshit, but I got some boom in the bass in that there, right? So we go to the black youth. I got all the gadgets in that. Digital couplet, all them things there.
Yeah, man. I jumped in that. I remember I jumped in one time. No, but you got a nice fleet, man, for real.
For shiggity bars, yeah? So everything, one day you might feel like, nah, man, I don't need the luxuries. Let's go back to basics. I just want to drive the car. I want to hear the roar of the engine and thing, yeah? And a little bit of boom. Other days, you're like, nah, you know what? I'm taking a black man. I don't even want to change gear. I'm on some big boy thing. You know what I mean? So it's yes, we got comfortability. We got comfortability in say the black man. But yo, the black you stay still, man. You got the Bluetooth in there as well, right? You know what I mean? You can put the Spotify thing on there. Everything is electric on that something as well. So like, yo, you got some choice. You got some options. when we just got the black boy, we just got the black boy, man, and we love the black boy, and the black boy can do what he needs to do, and you know what I mean, take us from A to B. When we introduce these new things, these little gadgets, the Mazza.
Yeah, it's difficult out here, man. It's mad out here, no more. It's mad out here, and this is why when I see these stories, I'm like, I'm reading that Mendy story, I'm like, 10,000. But I'm saying, how do you even expect to be moving that mad and not have problems? Like, they're going to, when certain girls are seeing certain things, you know, remember, they're going in there, and I've seen my man's houses. If you go on YouTube and you type in Mendy's shop, he's a real flamboyant brother. All kind of mad foreigns on the drive. Water, his shower was mad waterfall shower, you know. You know where they put the actual shower in the roof.
In the roof thing, yeah.
Remember, you ever seeing them things and steam rooms and rare and my man's probably doing what he's doing, and then he's famous as well, and they're saying, yo, can I come over next week? And you're not even answering your phone, you're probably blocking. Of course they're going to be hurt, man. Of course they're going to be hurt, but it goes both ways. But it's a dangerous time that we're living in. Like a man, my advice to a high value male, like a man like that kind of stuff, the mad promiscuous stuff where you're really knocking down a bag of gal,